Hello. Great, lovely to hear from you. As was introduced by Father Fabrizio, we are Chiswick School Jazz Band. Chiswick School is that school from down the road, Staveley Road, much more south Chiswick by the river. Now, we are only 8 months old, us jazz bands. We are only 8 months old. This is our 2.5 performance. Our first one was December. Where we played for the school assembly in the sports hall, but they had 700 Key Stage 3 kids in there, and they all talked, they missed a wonderful performance. A couple of teachers spotted onto it, but otherwise we had our proper debut in March of this year with our Jazz and Blues nights, and now we're just, we've got a few more members, we're growing little by little, and a lot of us live quite close to here, so we thought it would be a lovely event to be part of. Got a lovely varied programme for you tonight. You just heard Caravan by Duke Ellington. We now move on to a couple of very jazz standards. We've got Trane by famous John Trane, and then we follow with a Portuguese classic, Oye Como Va. Here we go. Great, you've heard some lovely solos. That was Oye Como Va, Portuguese for, I think, see how it goes, which we definitely did. You've heard some wonderful solos so far. You may notice we have great variation in height in our trumpet section. Just want to introduce the trumpet section a little bit. On our first principal and more experienced trumpet player, we have Maya Chauhan over here. You heard a solo in Blue Trane. Now, technically, Maya has lessons with Mr. Eastman over here, Mr. Sam Eastman, but really, I think the teaching often goes the other way, really, with Maya and Mr. Eastman. Maya was actually, we had our Jazz and Blues night in March. Maya was, unfortunately, got ill on the day. But Maya instinctively thinks like a musician, and there's one rule in the music world, which is never book a dep, that is someone to substitute for you. Never book a dep that's better than you. And so when Maya was ill, she went straight to her teacher, Mr. Eastman. And yes, good choice. So you've heard from them, and you also heard from Zach El Race as an alto solo there. There's a wonderful alto and tenor player and a jazz pianist as well. And of course, you heard in Blue Trane as well from our other sax player, who's Sophie Manson. Now, Sophie plays about 75 different instruments. I could tell all of you now, but sax is just one of very many. I think she just likes to get involved, and she'll just pick an instrument, pick it up, learn it, and see what she can do to get involved. And you'll hear a few more solos from her today. Our next piece is our first ever piece we learned. We did this in September, and it's a good favourite of ours. This is on Green Dolphin Street.
then she did go on.
Next up, Austin Powers. Here we go.
How old is she?
She's 12.
Oh, you can't do that at 12 years old. Remember?
I do, it was amazing.
Yeah, she's doing fantastic. Yeah, remember. I won't remember when you were children.
Yeah, no, it's pretty
In a
good.
big place like this, who wouldn't be intimidated? Even famous men, Barbra Streisand. See where it is actually. She can something on stage in the 1960s. What the hell was it? 40 years.
I think she has something.
Oh, it'll be something like that. Dolphin, something happened. Oh, yeah, this is a 40-year-old woman. It's 50 years, 25. This is about 12-year-old. Getting protected up there. Yeah. He loves it. Yeah, why? What's she start? 7, 5?
She's played the trumpet
She's about to start something before that. I didn't think you were good enough. I didn't think you were the one. I'll be in there if you wasn't. Very well done.
Great, you've heard a little bit from our horn section. That was Soul Bossa Nova, famously to the grooviest film of the 60s, Austin Powers. We've got one more song, and just as we close, I want to talk a little about our rhythm section as well. First of all, we've got a new bassist, and we've only had him for a couple of months. We've got Rotem Harari rocking it out on the bass tonight. Rotem came to Chiswick School about a year ago from Australia. I think that's right. So yeah, it came from Australia. And I think found a bit of a, it's quite a difficult transition in lots of ways. Australia schools, British schools, there's a lot of difference. Settled in absolutely well and kept on begging me to be in a band. Didn't have any spaces in fact, but when we set up this jazz band in September, suddenly the thought, I actually asked the guitar teacher, I want a bassist, who should I go for? And without a slight moment of hesitation, he said Rotem Harari, and he's come onto it really well, despite having no experience a few months ago of jazz bass. So that's Rotem. On guitar, you see him rocking out. He's not really a jazz guitarist, but his use of Goz over here. But the reason is, I'll tell you, here's some other things. He has recently, I don't know where that's coming from, but he's recently just been accepted into the National Youth Guitar Ensemble as one of the best classical guitarists of his generation. If you want to see Yusuf in his prime, come to St. Nicholas Church. St. Nicholas Church is by the brewery. You know the Hogarth roundabout where the brewery is? 18th of June, 6:30 p.m. Yusuf will be doing half an hour of where he's at home, Spanish guitar music, not to be missed. He is jaw-droppingly good. So we've got that's Yusuf, and then on keys we've got Harry Robinson. And again, Harry Robinson, not really a pianist. Harry does many things. Go to the Queen's Head most nights and you'll see Harry there. Networking, that's not actually true, he does actually study when he's in the evenings, but he loves to network, he loves to message musicians, he loves to put on open mic nights. Queen's Head's that one on Sutton Lane, just by the Porsche factory, used to be called Hole in the Wall, great local pub, run by really good local Chiswick residents, and Harry's a guitarist and he loves to rock it out, and he loves to play and sing. So, but he also picked up the jazz piano very well. And now, before we move on to our final person, actually I'll do that now. Where is he? Henry. Again, Henry's a guitarist. We're all guitarists here, actually. Maybe Sophie's a guitarist too. Henry loves 60s and 70s rock. Henry doesn't love much else. Probably a couple of other things. He wrote an essay for me on Queen. And he just spent the whole essay shredding into Queen about how much he hated Queen and Brian May and all of his solos. But he has a really good taste in music, and this last song is really his song. We're going to do Superstition by Stevie Wonder. And he goes off on one for a little bit. And we tried for a while, so when he has his drum solo, we tried counting. We've got 8 bars rustering his solo. But he gets so engrossed in the solo that we've basically given up on counting. So we're just going to look and see when the time is right and just try and vaguely come back in again. And hopefully Henry will give us a nice little cue. But he loves a good drum solo. You've been a wonderful audience, and we have been the Chiswick Jazz Band. This is Superstition.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, just put your hands together. That was absolutely magnificent. The Chiswick Jazz Band, ladies and gentlemen. They've already been booked for the Jazz Festival 2025. I can tell them that now. Seriously, thank you so much. Come again. There we go. Just bring a proper drummer, all right? We don't need Roger Taylor, we really don't. I'm joking. But thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. That's Act 2. The standard goes up and up and up, so no pressure on our next artist, Shireen Francis, who's just